Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate your interest as well as the attention from my colleagues as I speak on House Resolution 40, which recognizes the month of January as Human Trafficking Awareness Month in Pennsylvania. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you, especially the new members, when you just heard me mention human trafficking, if you instinctively thought of a problem that occurs in a faraway land, in countries in which liberty and freedom are not revered the way they are in our nation. But so sadly, this is not the case. Human trafficking is now a global epidemic, one of the fastest growing crimes in the world, and estimated to be a $32 billion industry, making it second only to the illegal drug industry. Human trafficking does in fact occur in the United States, in our Commonwealth, in our cities, counties, and the small towns that we represent. It's a dark, little discussed industry, and it's basically modern-day slavery. 50% of the victims are children, 80% of the victims are women. The average victim is between 12 and 14 years old. In the past 2 decades, the commercial sexual exploitation has grown. The victims are estimated to be in the millions worldwide. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children estimates that 325,000 children in the United States, Canada, and Mexico are at risk from being victims of sexual exploitation every year. Mr. Speaker, the timing for House Resolution 40 is no coincidence. As we look at plans for the Super Bowl this coming weekend, we see an event that is ripe for this type of horrific activity. The large crowd, the partying, the transient customers, and basically an overindulgent atmosphere will make Arizona a magnet for sex trafficking. In fact, in 2011, when Arlington, Texas hosted the Super Bowl, State Attorney General Greg Abbott said the game was known as, quote unquote, the single largest human trafficking incident in the United States. Wow. Colleagues, it's our responsibility morally and constitutionally to protect the victims of this insidious crime. We must recognize that it does in fact occur here at home, that our children are preyed upon and groomed by the predators. The internet is typically the trafficker's first contact with the victim, and no, not all of the victims come from troubled homes. Last session, this body passed Senate Bill 75, and as a result, Act 105 is now law. It was bipartisan legislation that was much needed and will do a great deal in terms of addressing the crime, but it's imperative that we don't pull back and that we continue to learn more about human trafficking, realize it's on a rise, and that it does happen here at home. Education's the first step, and that's a step that each one of us can take. I thank you for your support of House Resolution 40 and for supporting and making January Human Trafficking Awareness Month. By doing this, you're giving the victims a voice. Thank you.